Welcome to Etihad Focus, your number one spot for the latest match updates, transfer news, and inside training coverage. If you love football, you're in the right place. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss any breaking updates. Let's get started. 3 ways Manchester City could line up after Antoine Semenyo transfer. Manchester City are expected to complete a move for Bournemouth's Antoine Semenyo this week. On Thursday morning, Antoine Semenyo touched down at Manchester Airport still on cloud 9 from the night before. In his last match for Bournemouth, the Ghana international scored a last-gasp winner as the Cherries defeated Tottenham Hotspur, and Semenyo further cemented his legacy as a fan favourite on the south coast. Semenyo leaves Bournemouth having made a name for himself with them and securing them a pleasant £62.5 million in the process. For both them and Manchester City, this deal made a lot of sense, and the 26-year-old will undoubtedly be eager to get started at his new club. Semenyo is a signing for the long term, and when you look at how City can line up with him in the team, the deal makes a lot of sense. 3 ways the Blues can start with the 26-year-old in their side. What becomes obvious when looking at what Semenyo can offer is that he has the versatility to play across the forward line and is able to feature in a number of different formations. You could play him off the left in a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1 or 4-1-4-1, and the forward should be able to flourish. He played down the left on Wednesday night and bagged a goal for the Cherries. In this system, Doku could be rested and City would not lose any strength in their attack. Alternatively, Semenyo could be used on the right side, a position Bernardo Silva occasionally moves into in a 4-1-4-1 system. Bernardo's contract expires at the end of this season, and the signs are pointing towards him leaving the Blues in the summer. Semenyo would have no issue moving over to the right, and this gives Pep Guardiola a replacement option should Bernardo leave. Arguably the biggest positive to take out of Semenyo's impending arrival is his ability to play as a centre forward. Omar Marmoush has not hit the heights expected of him, and City need more options as backup. Should Erling Haaland need a rest, Semenyo could be played as the number 9 in this team. He has the physicality and instincts needed to make him a decent replacement for the Norwegian when necessary. Antoine Semenyo arrives in Manchester ahead of Manchester City transfer. Antoine Semenyo played what looks to have been his last match for Bournemouth on Wednesday night. Antoine Semenyo has been pictured arriving in Manchester ahead of his transfer to Manchester City from Bournemouth. The forward flew to the northwest, fresh off the back of scoring a winner for the Cherries against Tottenham Hotspur. The 26-year-old is travelling to City to undergo a medical. Semenyo has enjoyed a great season so far, scoring 10 league goals in 20 appearances for Bournemouth. At the start of the January transfer window, a £60 million release clause became live, and a rush ensued to sign the forward. Manchester United, Liverpool and Chelsea all inquired about Semenyo, but it is City who have won the race to sign him. Despite the release clause being £60 million, it is understood Bournemouth will receive £62.5 million from the Blues as they bolster their attack. This fee will be paid in full to the Cherries over 24-month instalments. City have also agreed to pay £1.5 million in performance-related bonuses. The Blues will also pay the Cherries 10% of any profit made should they sell the forward. Bournemouth are believed to be pleased with the business they have done on Semenyo. After the Ghana international scored the winner last night against Spurs, Bournemouth manager Andoni Iraola spoke glowingly of the forward. "I am very happy for him. He deserves it," the head coach explained. "It was a fairy tale moment and one he will never forget. He's an incredible player. Not a lot of players would have done what he did." Transfer news: Manchester United next manager twist, Liverpool's Guehi dilemma, Semenyo medical. Manchester United will hold further talks with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Michael Carrick over becoming their interim manager, while Liverpool target Marc Guehi could soon be following Antoine Semenyo to Manchester City. Who will be Manchester United's next manager? That's the question which the Red Devils are seemingly no closer to answering 3 days after sacking Ruben Amorim. United are kicking the can down the road as far as a permanent appointment goes, so the man to succeed Darren Fletcher in the dugout will be another interim. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the favourite, although his ex-No 2 and former teammate Michael Carrick has also held talks with the Old Trafford hierarchy. On the other side of town, Manchester City are weighing up a bid for Mark Guehi, who was poised to join Liverpool in the last transfer window until the £35 million deal collapsed at the 11th hour. Firstly, though, City are expected to complete Antoine Semenyo's arrival from Bournemouth by paying his £65 million release clause. Bayern Munich wonderkid Lennart Karl has apologised to club officials for naming Real Madrid as his dream club at a recent fan event. Karl, 17, revealed that he definitely wants to play for Madrid in the future, angering Bayern supporters. Following the backlash, their sporting director, Christoph Freund, explained, "I think that's just Lenny. Anyone who knows Lenny knows that. That's how he plays football too. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He doesn't give a damn, as we say around here, even on the pitch. He talks like a 17-year-old boy. He was immediately aware that it was unfortunate. He apologised the next day, and we talked about it." Barcelona manager Hansi Flick says that a decision on Robert Lewandowski's future will only be made at the end of the season. Lewandowski, 37, has entered the final 6 months of his contract with Barca and can negotiate with foreign clubs, having been linked with MLS side Chicago Fire and clubs in Saudi Arabia, as well as AC Milan. The Poland captain was an unused substitute in last night's 5-0 thrashing of Athletic Bilbao in the Spanish Super Cup, having come off the bench to score in Saturday's 2-0 win at Espanyol. "I don't know where Robert Lewandowski will be next season," Flick said post-match. "I'm really happy with him, but I am honest too. I spoke with him. We'll see what happens, and we'll decide at the end of the season." Andoni Iraola has confirmed that Antoine Semenyo is on the verge of leaving Bournemouth after his fairy tale ending against Tottenham last night. Semenyo's goal in the 95th minute to secure a 3-2 win, Bournemouth's first since October, looks set to be his final act for the Cherries. The 26-year-old forward is expected to join Manchester City, who'll trigger his £65 million release clause. "That was a lovely moment for Antoine," Iraola commented. "Sometimes football gives you these things. He has been top, he has given everything, and been committed until the end. I think it is good football gives him back this moment. There are still formalities in his transfer. I'm afraid to say because I don't want to lose him, but that looks like it will be his last moments with us." The Bournemouth boss added a top professional. "We are not only losing an incredible player, but one of the best players I have ever coached. He is a top guy, so full of energy, and ready for whatever you need him. I am sure he will continue his development because he has improved every season with us." The Crystal Palace captain had been set to see out of his contract and leave as a free agent, but manager Oliver Glasner confirmed on Tuesday that the Eagles could sell him in January to avoid losing him for nothing this summer. "I'm not so naive as not to know that if a massive offer comes from City and Mark wants to do it, it will happen," Glasner admitted. Liverpool almost signed the England international on deadline day in September, only for Palace to pull out of the £35 million deal at the last minute. The Reds then decided to wait until Guehi became available for free upon the expiry of his contract, but that's no longer as likely. Although Ole Gunnar Solskjaer remains the favourite to become Manchester United interim manager, The Guardian report that Michael Carrick has edged closer. United CEO Omar Barada and Director of Football Jason Wilcox won't make an appointment until they've interviewed both men face-to-face. Antoine Semenyo to Man City transfer bombshell dropped as Jamie Redknapp details Liverpool twist. Antoine Semenyo is set to leave Bournemouth this month, and Manchester City had been the leading contenders for his signature Sky Sports pundit. Jamie Redknapp believes Liverpool could make a late move for Antoine Semenyo and potentially hijack the Bournemouth forward switch to Manchester City. The 26-year-old is set to leave the Cherries with a £65 million release clause in his contract, prompting interest from leading Premier League clubs. City have been leading the race for the Ghana international, who scored a last-minute winner as his current side beat Tottenham on Wednesday night, and a medical has been organised for his move to the Etihad. But Redknapp, speaking on Sky Sports, said he'd heard Liverpool could make a dramatic late attempt to bring Semenyo to Anfield. Redknapp said, "I'm not so sure. I've heard there might be a little bit of a twist. I think Liverpool could still be in the equation. I think that, I've got to be honest, I think if they did come in, why they perhaps haven't come in as strongly, I'm surprised. if you look at that position, with Mohamed Salah and how long he's going to be at the club for, we don't quite know.